Welcome to How to Make Homeschooling More Affordable. My name is Michelle Lavelle. I'm the Director of Granite State Home Educators, and today we're going to talk about different programs and different ideas on how to make homeschooling more in reach and affordable for families in New Hampshire. We're going to go through all of these together in this little slideshow and provide a bunch of links. You can find them on the Granite State Home Educators website in our affordability section. Let's first take a look at the cost comparison of public education to home education. According to the New Hampshire Department of Education for the most recent school year, the average cost per pupil was well over $18,000. This does not include the extras that families usually are required to purchase for supplies or other extracurriculars that the kids participate in throughout the school year. By comparison, home education is under $500 per pupil per year, according to a survey we did of our members in the summer of 2021. Families did share with us that their costs were a little bit higher at the high school level, but we'll explain where that comes from in a minute. Here's our total survey results. You can see here that well over 80% of our members said that it costs up to, but typically not more than $1,000 per child per year for their total costs for homeschooling. This may be a surprise to you. So examples of what those additional costs are. It was for typical sports programs and equipment, and that can get very pricey. Special interest classes, depending on what your child is pursuing. The equipment for career training, that's very real, particularly for our teens pursuing trades and other specialized training programs, and then travel. There were families that said they participated in an international abroad experience for their child learning a foreign language. But let's be honest here. These families would experience these extra costs even if their child wasn't homeschooling, because these would not be covered in a public education either. So keep that in mind when you look at the total costs of a home education program. There is some financial support available here in New Hampshire to qualifying families. There is a program called the Education Tax Credit Scholarship. It began in 2013 and has been expanded. It is available currently for families that earn no more than 300% of the federal poverty limit adjusted for family size. As of the 2021-22 school year, the average distribution to homeschooled students was a little over $800, and it is available to home educated students following RSA 193A. It is not the same as the Education Freedom Account program, even though it's managed by the same organization. Contact the Children's Scholarship Fund New Hampshire, the management organization for this ETC scholarship program, for the application and more information. Local libraries are a big favorite for New Hampshire homeschooling families. They are a great resource to families and really, really effective at helping us keep the costs down. They have tons and tons of borrowing materials from books, CDs, and all kinds of stuff that they have there at their locations. But if your local library doesn't have something, check out the interlibrary loan system. It's a great way to find materials that might be available in a different library across the state. Libraries also have discounted passes to museums and cultural centers, so it's a great way to add field trips and hands-on learning opportunities to your homeschool program at a discounted price. They also have online databases available to members. They also host some really, really great in-person and virtual events. So become friends with your local library. They are a tremendous resource and available to you for free or at discounted prices. Equal access is another really great opportunity for families to keep the costs of home education down. RSA 193:1-C is the law that allows resident home educated students to participate in classes and co-curriculars at their local public school. School boards might have a policy that is available on their website to kind of flesh that out a little bit more as to what they allow at the local district, but it must be available on the same basis as their full-time students, although those full-time students may have preferential enrollment. It is still available for children with special needs. It does not extend to services, but children with special needs can participate in classes and extras. It is also not limited to families that use their local SAU as the participating agency. So if you sent in your notification to a private school or the New Hampshire Department of Ed, you can still participate at your local SAU through equal access. School boards might have their own policies. So as I said, look on the website or ask the schools for their policies. And please note they may have COVID restrictions going on. So be aware that that might put some restraints on the program availability. The Virtual Learning Academy Charter School, also called VLACS, is New Hampshire's online chartered public school. It is available for children in grades K through 12 on a part-time basis if you're a homeschooler. So it's free, so no additional tuition costs to New Hampshire residents up to age 21 who have not yet completed high school. They have over 200 classes that are self-paced with flexible completion timelines. This can be a really great option for families that want to bring in some online learning opportunities to their homeschool program at no additional cost. New Hampshire also has a bunch of small learning group opportunities. They typically falls into these two categories. There are family-led groups that could be for anything at all, just based on what the group of families decide it to entail, whatever content, the fees, locations, any instructor you want, anytime and day. By comparison, the co-ops and drop-off programs, and there are several, can offer a la carte enrollment classes, so you can pick and choose what to participate in and where and when. They have provider-offered programs of all types, and they set the fees. It can get a little pricey, but that they have fees. The provider determines what's available when and where. They hire the instructors, and you can sign up for those for your child. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the family-led group resources. We recorded a really great discussion with some experienced group leaders, and they have a ton of really great tips if you're looking to create an opportunity like that with a group of other parents and families that you like. You can do it for any subject or purpose. I know families who have done little family-led groups for taking an online class together so that the students have like a built-in study group as they work together through a course. I've also seen students do this for robotics and Lego learning. I've seen students do this for a monthly book club. I've seen families do this for volunteer projects. So it can be for any purpose, or field trips even. So it can be really great. Families are able to utilize teachers, tutors, or other experts that they know to be the people to lead the discussions in these little units. So it can be a great way to utilize other resources that you know. It can be at any location and any cost. So doors are wide open here to be creative with the learning opportunities for your family. To help facilitate this, we have an extensive list of support groups around the state. Some of these support groups are little co-op learning opportunities. Some do field trips together on a regular basis. Some provide all kinds of opportunities, whether it's, I've seen families learn etiquette. I've seen families do mystery dinners. I've seen families do all kinds of things together. So check that out on our support group list on our website. We also have a face on Facebook called Granite State Home Educators Homeschool Pod Connections Group. That group specifically has teachers and tutors in there and educational providers sharing their resources. So if you have an interest and you want to connect with them, you can. Also take a look at our list of teachers, tutors, and proctors, also on our Granite State Home Educators website, so you have opportunities to plug into some professionals that are in your area offering these educational services. Here's a list of the homeschool co-ops available around the state. They are diverse and all over, so you can plug in where, when, and how you choose. These are the programs that typically are more of a drop-off program, fee-based. Some are on an a la carte basis, some are full-on programs. So take a look at some of these if that's of an interest to you too. At the high school level, things can get a little intimidating because our teens want to take on more and more challenges, and we may not feel that we're always equipped to do that. But have no fear, there are still resources available for you at this point in your child's education. Because of the equal access availability that we discussed earlier, teens can utilize career and technical education at the regional centers in their own communities. Usually that is accessed through your local public school guidance counselor's office. So that's a way to start plugging in to CTE training for your teen. There's also a program called Apprenticeship NH for students in 10th and 11th grade at no extra fee. Students can also utilize job shadowing, volunteer positions, and internships as hands-on learning to count for high school, and it can be for whatever your teen is interested in for post-graduation. And don't forget, entrepreneurial opportunities are absolutely there for students, if depending on what their interests are. And that can count towards school for homeschooling too, because it certainly is a learning experience. Take a look at our website in the high school and beyond section for some links to all of this and some additional opportunities that you may want to explore for your child considering a direct transition into a career path. If your teen is college bound, there are a bunch of resources as well. Take a look at the New Hampshire Higher Education Assistance Foundation, called NEAF. We've done some really great virtual events with them over the years, and the videos are on our website. They are at no additional cost to New Hampshire families. So a lot of wonderful resources there for college information, financial planning, and the whole college process. So they're wonderful. CLEP classes and exams are also available at no cost through a program with Modern States. Students can also participate in dual enrollment while they're still in high school to earn college credit. There are 4 different programs listed there. The links are on our website on our High School and Beyond page. There are so many free resources on the internet these days. We've compiled a massive list of all sorts of apps and extensions, curriculum, and websites. The list on this page here is just a little sampling of them. You can find even more on our website in the affordability section. What's also incredible is that home educators can also qualify for teacher discounts. We have a large list on our website, also in the affordability section. This is a small sample of some of the teacher discounts that extend to home educators. And of course, used curriculum resources are super important, especially since homeschoolers can switch up what resources we use throughout the school year for our kids. Mass Hope is right over the border. They have a really big event every spring for a convention and a curriculum sale, so that's a great opportunity for families to pick up materials. Granite State Home Educators has a Facebook group called our GSHE Marketplace. So here in New Hampshire, we are able to buy, sell, trade, or give away resources that are no longer needed. Thrift Books is a national website, so it's another way to pick up used curriculum at a great price. And increasingly, Granite State Home Educator members are hosting events, whether it's a trunk sale, garage sale, or other homeschool sale, or combining with other families to make it more of a big multi-family event to have used curriculum sales available for people. So plug into these ways of picking up gently used materials that your kids may still be able to utilize. Thank you for watching our little video on how to make homeschooling more affordable. I hope these resources are helpful to your family. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Reach out at our email there at info@grandestatehomeeducators.org. You can also find us on Facebook and MeWe. You can watch more of our videos on our website, on the videos tab, and on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.